For the first time, Greensboro Police Chief John Thompson is opening up about a crash that killed 3 teenagers and injured a police officer on Walker Avenue.
Just yesterday, you'll remember the department said it was requesting the release of dash cam and body cam footage from that incident. WFMY News 2's Amber Lake asked the chief why he wants to release it.
Police Chief John Thompson says this entire situation has been tough on everyone. Tough on the police department, tough on the community, the families of the teams, and the officer that was involved in this crash. The Greensboro Police Department will be petitioning to release the body cam footage as well as the dash cam footage from the July 17th crash that killed 3 teens and seriously injured a police officer. Chief Thompson says the release of the footage is the department's policy that's created last year.
As we have seen over the last 2 weeks since this incident, there is a lot of misinformation out in the community. Some of that's driven through social media, through people that are talking, and from my position in the police department, it's important for the community to have the facts and really be transparent with the community so they understand when a tragedy like this happens. What were we doing as a police department? How were we doing? Were we within policy? What led to the circumstances of the crash occurring?
If the court says the footage may be released, GPD will release the crash footage under the required conditions. The crash happened after an officer noticed a car going the wrong way on West Market Street. After an attempted traffic stop, the driver refused to stop and a chase started. The crash report says the teen's car was going 85 miles per hour at the time of the crash, and the headlights and taillights were not on. The report also says that there were no skid marks on the road, indicating that the car didn't brake before the crash. The report also says the officer was driving around 45 miles per hour, and at the time of the crash, there were skid marks showing that the officer attempted to brake before that collision. The 2 cars hit each other head on, and the car that the teens were in caught fire after the collision. NC State Highway Patrol says officers rescued the teens from the burning car and tried saving them, but all 3 died on scene. The report identified the driver of the car with the teens to be 14-year-old Kenyon Saxton Reese. The other 2 teens involved were 14-year-old Brandon Bowie and 15-year-old Darian LeGrand. The police officer involved, Officer Benson, suffered serious life-threatening injuries and was taken to Moses Cone. He's currently recovering at home and placed on administrative duty while an internal investigation continues. Now, GPD has told us that they are doing an internal investigation just to see if all policies were followed. Live in Greensboro, Amber Lake, WFMY News 2.